Hi, welcome to Sue Marie P. My name's Sue and today I'm sharing a buckwheat strawberry cake. It's flourless, gluten-free and it's super moist. I love strawberries on cake and this buckwheat cake is so delicious that I thought I really need to share my recipe with you. So if you'd like to see how I make my flourless, gluten-free buckwheat and almond strawberry cake, come with me and let's see. So step one for our buckwheat strawberry cake today, we're going to start mixing some butter. So I've got 115 grams or half a cup of unsalted butter. And I'm going to use my stand mixer, but you can just use a handheld beater or even your arm muscles. And I like using a combination. So I've got half a cup of caster sugar or 100 grams and light brown sugar. That's just my choice, but if you want to swap it out for all white or all brown. Okay, so we're going to get those wicks whipped up. So while they're whipping, we need to prep the oven so it's nice and hot. So we need to pop it on 160 degrees C. And as I always do, I'll pop some notes up above. And we're going to do it in a 23 centimetre springform tin. I've greased it and just lined the base, just the base needs lining. And I've already started slicing my strawberries. So I've just sliced them, the small ones in half and the bigger ones in about threes. So we've got this lovely pattern and I've just popped them on some paper towel just to draw some of the moisture so they're not too moist when they go on top of the cake. So our butter's light and fluffy. In my two bowls here, I've got some ground almonds or almond flour, 125 grams or about 1 cup. And I'm throwing in some buckwheat flour, same quantity, that's 125 grams or half a cup. And 2 teaspoons of baking powder. I just want to combine those a little bit together. And I should have got a bigger bowl. We don't need to sift this. This kind of cake, you can kind of get away with not sifting it. But I just want to combine that baking soda in there. Okay, and in here I've got about 3/4 cup of Greek yogurt, which is 190 grams. I'm going to add some milk. So just 3 tablespoons of milk. I use oat milk because that's usually what I have here. If you don't have oat milk, use your preferred milk. So let's just stir that. And we're going to add that in later on. Now it's time for the eggs. So we'll do 1 egg at a time. Help the butter off the side of the bowl. So do that for about 30 seconds. Grab the other egg. A little tip to stop it curdling. I'm just going to add a tablespoon or 2 of the flour mix. That stops the egg and this butter mix curdling. Another 30 seconds. It's important with this style of cake not to overmix it too much. So just grab that from the sides. Now I'm going to add some vanilla. I've run out of my vanilla extract, but I've got some vanilla bean paste. So I'm just going to add a teaspoon of that. But if you've only got vanilla extract at home or vanilla essence, use that. Just don't use the imitation vanilla because it doesn't taste as good. But this one's got a really rich flavour. And now we're going to alternate with some of the flour mix. So we're going to put about 1/3 of that in and some of this yogurt milk mix. And we're just going to alternate until it's all gone. Stop and scrape in between. So we do a stop and scrape dance. Stop and scrape, stop and scrape. That one's for my younger viewers or the viewers that know that I like being silly. If you're new here today, hit the thumbs up if you're liking what you're seeing. And don't forget, hit subscribe. One last stop and scrape. Double check that often you get some of the batter stuck at the bottom of these bowls. That's ready to pour into our tin. So grab your prepared tin. Just smooth over the batter. And now we start arranging the strawberries. I'm just going to zoom you in so you can see what I'm doing. Pop them all so they look the same. And I'm going to start with that shape on the outside. We don't want to poke them in too much because the batter rises up as the cake is cooking. You can do whatever pattern you like. You can do stripes, circles, star shape. Be creative. And this is just how I do it. Now I'm going to pop this in the oven for about 40 to 50 minutes. I'll set my timer for 40 minutes and I'll keep an eye on it. So our cake's all out of the oven and it looks delicious. Check that out. My pattern's still there. The next step is to serve it. All I do is I sprinkle it with a little bit of icing sugar. But before I do that, I'm just going to grab one of my slate plates. Oh, to check that it was cooked, I popped my cake tester or skewer in to check, and it came out clean, so it was cooked. Okay, we'll just try and drag that over. Actually, it's still a little bit warm, so I'm just going to leave it on that, on the base of the plate for now, or the cake tin. Sprinkle it with icing sugar. Very Italian, but it makes it look really pretty. Let me grab a knife and I'll chop into it. Ideally, you'd want to probably just let this cool a little bit more before you cut into it. But look at that, so beautiful and moist. I've left a little bit behind. Some of the, add a little bit more icing sugar. Let me come closer and I'll show you. So that's my strawberry cake with buckwheat flour and almond. It's flourless. I'm going to try it in front of you. So it smells so good. So that's what it looks like. This is still hot, so I'm just going to have a little taste. That's lovely and moist. I love the flavour of the buckwheat with the almonds and the strawberries on top. It's a great summer treat, or you can have it all year round. I hope you've enjoyed my video today. Hit the thumbs up if you liked my video. Write a comment below. Please give this a go and let me know how you go. And share it with a friend. I'll pop a few other videos up above for my buckwheat tutorials. Some cakes with buckwheat flour that are super delicious. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Yum, yum.